week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Ready, set.
45. Mike, 45.
X3. 218, chopper.
Let's go, dude.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Check, ready. 52 right here. Here we go, D.
They'll run on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Fields. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
Yeah, we'll see how determined they are. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Watch the safety now.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Touchdown, Falcons! A.J. Brown, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Don't get nervous. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Smooth.
Hey,
Go.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
Banjo, 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 banjo. Check.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
Hey, Haywood. Nice.
From the 38, stick. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Check 24, check 24.
Be crib.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Hey, check.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stick escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They will run with Grant. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Fields. He's able to find Wallace. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down, Falcons.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. This is Grant. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Grant. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Looking to throw. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 7 yards there and a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They'll run on first down. Grant. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
27 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On first down, Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They run again on first down, Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one is right through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of Everton? Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's second down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 89 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stick looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
I'm coming after you. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Army, Army. Army, Army.
Ready, ready.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Line 54. Here we go. Let's bring it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Set. 50. Plant.
How I try.
Go. 61, matchbox lights. Hey, Charlie.
Check, 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 check. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Get it.
On second down, it's Stick. His throw incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Mike, 45.
Snap.
A shotgun throw for Stick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go back to Grant. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
First down, Atlanta.
On first down, it's Grant. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
Vikings 27, Falcons 24.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Here we go, G. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come. Shoot. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
36.
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
27.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
They're on 27-yard line.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, In this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Come on. Check nine. Check nine.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing on first down, Fields. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stick.
I got you, boy.
And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
45's the mark.
Hey, Delta.
I'm going back to you. 45.
5.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. And he's able to find Diggs. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Look at me. Zipper.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. And that is incomplete here. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
45, Mike, 45. Hey, keep it. Let's go.
Stick to throw once more. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Stick looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Stick from the gun. Able to find Isabella. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Stick. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts. But even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
On first down, it's Grant. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Into the secondary again. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Falcons push further out in front. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Intended for Irv Smith Jr. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Get ready. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Ready?
Now stick. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.